What's the difference between someone who wins at life and someone who loses? Now that's a thought that's worth running through your mind. That's something worth getting curious about if you want to win. What separates us? What is it that makes us different from each other? Let me tell you a secret. Life responds to deserve. Life responds to what you deserve. Life doesn't respond to what you want. Life doesn't respond to what you need. Life responds to what you deserve. And so if you want more, the only way to get it is to deserve more. How do you deserve more? You take action. You take right action. You take the action that's required of you, that you know is required of you in order to get to where you want to be, in order to get what you want. Now the best thing is, you don't have to be great to get started. You can make up what you lack in talent right now with boost and effort and giving more and working harder and fighting further and giving more than everyone else. If you can stay consistent enough, if you can stay patient with your passion, if you can stay in the game for long enough, you will win. If you keep trying, you keep working on it day and night, you give it all you got, you will make it. Don't move from side to side with every distraction that comes up. Don't let it catch you. Don't let it take you away from your purpose. Stay on the road to success. Stay on the road to winning. Stay on the road that you need to stay on to get what you want. That's the only way. You stick through no matter what forever until you get the results that you want. You don't give up when you're halfway through. When you're halfway through and the plant is just about to break through the ground, do you give up? No! If you care about it, if you're passionate about it, if it is what you truly love to do, how long do you keep going before you give up? Now let me ask you a question. What do you deserve? What do you deserve? You don't even have to answer it. Anyone can answer it. You deserve exactly what you have right now. Whatever it is, whatever your situation is, whatever your circumstances are, that is exactly what you deserve. Not a little bit more, not a little bit less. What you have right now is exactly what you've earned. If it was easy, you wouldn't even appreciate it if you got the success. Look at the people that have what they want without even earning it. They're miserable. And you want to be miserable? In fact, you should welcome the challenge. You should welcome the struggle, the grind, the hustle every single day. If you really want that, the ultimate goal, the ultimate passion, your vision, making it real, welcome the struggle. Because that's when you really start to appreciate your goals. That's when you really start to appreciate what it is that you want to accomplish. But you have to fight your devils. You have to fight them off. You have to push them aside. You have to be willing to say, I'm not going to fall for the distractions because there's so much out there. And everything's pulling you here, there, and the other way. And maybe your family is saying one thing, and maybe your friends are saying something else, and your colleagues, and maybe everyone else is okay with your excuse for not making it to the top, but you cannot be okay with your excuse for not making it to where you want to be in your life, because you have to be willing to take responsibility for what it is that you want, and you have to be willing to do what it takes to get what you want. Because life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your reasons why you can't make it. And everybody else might care, and your family and your brother and your sister and your loved ones, they might care about your excuse. They might say, yeah, there's a good reason, there's a good chance you won't make it, but you cannot care about it because life does not care about your excuse. Life cares about your results, and so should you if you want to reach the top. Achieving your goals is one thing, but achieving them against all odds is a whole nother world. How bad do you want it? Let me tell you right now that anything that you want in your life, anything that you want as part of you as a human being, as character traits, anything that you want, success, money, anything that is important to you in your life is not going to be an easy accomplishment. Anything worthwhile is not easy. Anything worth having does not come overnight. Anything that will be worth it to you will be worth the struggle.
Listen, there's a whole lot of people out there. There's a whole ton of people waiting to be successful. There's a whole lot of them. But I don't suggest that you join the waiting list for success, because that's just an endless wish list of people saying, I want it. It is no longer enough to want it. You gotta go for it. That's the only way that you're going to be successful. And today you have to stand up and fight for your dream. Today you have to stand up and go and get what's yours. While everybody else is waiting, while everybody else is relaxing, wishing for it, wanting it, hoping for it, you gotta be out there making it happen every single day. If you want to set yourself apart from the rest of the sheep herd, the rest of the people, mediocrity, average, if you want to get away from all that and into success, doing great and really being fulfilled in your life, you have to step up. Step away from average. Step away from the 97% of the population. Understand that in order for you to be successful, you need to find success and get around it and spend as much time around it as you can. You have to learn from it. You have to be constantly learning from it, and that's the only way that you will really get to where you want to be. The formula to success is really simple. However, the journey, the grind, and the hustle is by no means easy. And so if you're going to get up and take it seriously, if you're really going to go for it, you have to get this straight through your head straight away. It's going to require all of you. Every little piece of you, that last bit of energy, everything that you have, all your resources, all your money, all your time, all your energy has to go in it, invest it into it. No other options, one way, and that's the only way. You want to make something big happen, it's going to take a while. You want something that's worth something to you, that's going to take effort, that's going to take hard work and dedication. And stop looking for the overnight success. Stop Googling, stop looking at Facebook, stop checking all the shit that you don't need to be checking. Focus on what is important in order for you to get your goal. The easiest thing in the world is to be distracted. There are so many distractions out there. There's a billion of them. And being successful is very often all about deciding that you are not going to fall for the distractions. You have to be able to stay focused on your goal and to keep going every single day, no matter how hard it gets. You are the only one that can make your life what you want it to be. There is no one else that is responsible for your condition. Look, if you want success in life, try taking some responsibility. The moment that you take responsibility for your life is the moment that everything shifts. Decide that you will not leave it up to anyone else. Not to school, not to your parents, not to your friends, not to your siblings, not anybody else. No one else is responsible for your success but you, and that puts the power in your hands. We have our dreams, our passion for a reason. It is not by chance. Whatever vision you have for yourself, somehow you've been gifted with this inner voice, this spectacular talent and potential that's never ending. And most people never live up to that. Understand that what has been given to you has been given to you particularly, specifically, for a reason. You're one of a kind. You're something special. Don't cheat yourself out of that by living an average life. Life is hard, yeah, that's right. You're gonna experience some struggles, some pain, some hardships. But it's not about what happens to you. Because these things, whether you believe it or not, happen to everyone. But it's the way that you respond to these things that really makes you stand out. That's what makes a difference. You will never be able to control everyone and everything around you. You can't always choose what happens, but you can choose what you're going to do about it. That's fully and entirely up to you. Most people will make excuses, but if you want things to go your way, take full responsibility. Because that means you have the power to change it. It's up to you to make Now think about that for a second. That's all the power you need, the ability to impact and change anything. It's up to you. You have to switch out of that pity victim mentality and never look back. What gives your life meaning? What gives it purpose? What drives you? The voices in your head telling you that you are not good enough, that you can't make it happen, as well as maybe even the people around you saying those things, it has to stop, it has to end. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. You have to do better than that. You have to step up with some power. Make a statement to the universe. I am capable. I am powerful. I not only can, but I will make it happen. Only you can claim your own power. Nobody else can do that for you. You're designing your own future right now. You're crafting, you're creating right now. You're making your own experience. There are some abilities, some talents, some gifts you have that absolutely no one else can tap into except for you. If there's ever been a time to step up, it's now. We have some real opportunities in front of us. Yet most of us completely blank and miss them. We have a chance to impact and change the world in our very hands. Yet most of us ignore it. Yet most of us go around asking for an opportunity. If only I had a chance. If only someone would put me on stage and give me an opportunity to shine. If only people would do this and the economy this. And the marketplace this. And if my boss would only be a little bit better, and all of these bullshit excuses. And yet we ignore the opportunity right in front of us. Because you're a human being. A human being. That means infinite potential. That means opportunity beyond opportunity. That means capability. That means being able to expand and grow infinitely. To achieve whatever it is that you want. To achieve whatever it is that you dream of. An opportunity to actually do so. Because you can either impact the world and make a dent, or you can live in it, leaving no trace but your dust. Now that's up to you, but the opportunity is always there. No matter where you are and no matter where you've been, there are infinite options. It's true that you don't always decide what happens, but you can always decide what you do about it. You can always decide how you will respond to it. And it's that which determines exactly who you are. It's that which determines your character. And it's that which determines what you get in return. But opportunity will never show itself to those who are blind. And those people will continue to walk around asking to get put on. They will keep waiting for someone to do it for them. But the ones that truly want to make an impact, the ones that truly want to make a difference, they tend to always find a way, no matter what. And that is simply because they can see and create opportunities even when there is none there. And that might just be the greatest skill of all. Creating something amazing out of nothing. To have something extraordinary, you must become someone extraordinary. To get what you want in life, you must become the person that deserves what you want in life. You must become the person that earns what you want in life. And you must become the person that goes out and gets it with no excuses and no other options. Life is simple, you know. It's really not that complicated. Whatever is going on within is mirrored on the outside. And so if you want to change the world, start with you.
Go within and find out what you need to change in order for the outside world to show you what you want. And instead of going out and trying to tweak everything on the outside, the extraordinary skill is to go within and change things there. Because that is the core. That is where everything comes from. That is the place that you are creating your entire life from. And that is the place that you're going to continue to create it from. And so if you want success, if you want things to go your way, you might as well learn to master it right now. Become familiar with your world within. Become inspired by what's happening inside you. That way you can feel the passion that's been boiling under all of those things that have been thrown on top of you. All the obligations, all the bullshit that doesn't belong in you. All those things need to be cleared out right now in order for you to get control of your life, in order for you to take control of yourself and create something extraordinary. Extraordinary results require extraordinary efforts, and so it starts by you digging deep and bringing out something that's never been brought out before. Taking a grip of all that passion that's happening within you and bringing that out for once. Whether it's for the first time or for the 10th time, you need to continue to do that over and over again. You must express your passion every single day. In one way or another, it needs to happen, because if you don't, you're not living in alignment to what you ultimately could. Your potential is suffering, and you're not bringing out the best in you. And what's a life full of mediocrity worth to you anyway? So dig within, find within, look within. And stop looking back. Because whatever happened before does not matter anymore. Whatever went on previously is now gone. And all you really have is the current moment. Everything else is simply an illusion and a mind game. And the moment that you can let go of it, that's when you become free. And that is also exactly when you will become extraordinary. Forgive them. Those that told you you're not good enough. Those that told you there's no way you're going to accomplish your dream. Those that said there's no way you're going to make that happen. You have to forgive them. And look, they don't know what they're talking about. Would you take advice? Would you take financial advice from someone that's broke on the street? Would you take relationship advice from someone that's emotionally broken? Forgive them. They don't know what they're talking about. Look, if you have something that you're going after that is really worth it to you, if you have something that you're going after that means the world to you, the way that things work, the way that people are wired, they're going to come to you and say, hey, you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You can't do it. This is not for you. This is not who you really are, man. You've changed so much. What's going on? And I need you to forgive them. Because if you walk around hating and feeling negative emotions towards someone or something that has done some kind of harm to you in the past, that's going to hold you back from your ultimate potential. And you don't want somebody that maybe harmed you back when things were difficult, back when things were hard, or maybe that's the current moment right now. You don't want that affecting you in the future. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. You have to take control of your emotions. You have to take control. You have to forgive them. They don't know what they're doing, okay? If you know what you're going towards, forget about what everybody else said, forget about what they told you, forget about all the circumstances that are saying no, you can't make it, everything that's saying everything's against you, you came from the wrong background, whatever it is. You can do it. But you have to let go of all the pain. You have to let go of your limits. You're only as strong as your biggest weakness. So take charge and don't let anything hold you back.
I like solving problems, Commander. And Enigma is the most difficult problem in the world.
No, Enigma isn't difficult, it's impossible. Everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable.
Good. Let me try, and we'll know for sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a strong assumption. I'm gonna assume that if you're listening to this right now, you want more out of this thing called life. That you want to expand and grow, and that you're willing to get uncomfortable. That you want to make your dreams come true, and that you want to make your goals real. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and make a very bold statement. And that is that you are capable of it. Do you know what the chances are of you being here right now? For this planet to even be capable of bearing life in the first place. For this planet to even exist before that. And then for things to align just the way they did, for all the circumstances to happen the way that they did, for you to be here in this very moment. Now, if that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. And surely all that did not happen for nothing. You must have something to offer, you must have something within you. And it's very important that you bring that out. But for things to improve, you have to improve. And for things to get better, you have to get better. And if you've been operating on 50% of what you're capable of course you're not achieving what you want. Of course you wouldn't be getting to where you want to be. Of course your life would not look the way you wanted it to. It's simple but not easy. Everyone can, but almost nobody is willing to. But if you want things to really go your way, you have to work on yourself. Make yourself into the person that you want to be. Craft it. Make yourself the vision. Create in yourself what you want to see on the outside. It always starts with you. The world is just your mirror. You can make it whatever you want. You can see it however you like. It's all in your personal perception of it. You're a human being capable of creating whatever you want if you would only apply yourself fully. Whatever impact you want to make, whatever you want to change, whatever you want to create or achieve. It's all yours to be had. But then you have got to claim it fully. I'm talking about with all of you. Not with 50%, not with 30%, not with 60%. With all of you. With absolutely all of you. Every last drop. Apply yourself fully. Because your potential is never ending. And just when you think you've given it your all, and just when you think you've spent all of you and that you can't go any further, that's when you've just begun tapping into your real potential. If you don't take control of your life, life will control you. There is always going to be something that comes up. Life, it comes up for everyone. But it's not about that. It's about what you do with it. It's about how you respond to it. Now that can make you wonder, what could you achieve if only you gave it absolutely every last drop of energy within you? What could you accomplish with all of you applied, committed, dedicated, stubborn to the bone, and that you won't give up on it no matter what happens? Obsessed to such an extreme that you breathe and eat for it. That every part of your life is a reflection of that one thing that you know means more than anything else to you. Most people call that extreme. Successful people call that doing what it takes. Because every day something happens. In the world, someone is affected, a victim of life. If you become a victim of life, you are helpless. If you take control of your life, you become powerful beyond measure. As far as you know, you've been given this one chance to do what you have to do, to let whatever gifts, talents, abilities, and what has been given to you develop and express itself fully. Making excuses is not part of the equation. You can ask yourself the question, do you want comfort or do you want massive, rapid growth and success? Now remember, this is the key. If you're going to take control of your life, you cannot remain the same person that was victimized by it. You cannot remain as your weak self and do extraordinary things. You cannot reach your potential if you act like someone who has nothing going. No strength, no determination, no willpower to go through whatever it takes to get what you want. That weak human being cannot reach your ultimate goals and visions. The fact of the matter is, you are shaping your own destiny in this very moment. Now, what did you do today to get yourself one step closer to that goal? And whatever life brought up, how did you handle it? How did you deal with it? And if you didn't, then look at how you can do it better next time, because you can't let it keep stopping you, keep blocking you, and ruin your success and ruin your future. No matter how amazing you are, you will have to experience some pain. There will be some struggles, some hate, some hardships. And you're gonna have to learn to deal with it. People will come at you from the craziest angles. They will attack you blatantly. No matter how great you are, there will be some resistance. And your job is to get through that, because if you don't, you will wither out and you will die. If you can't handle some pain, you sure as hell do not deserve any success. You're gonna have to learn to get yourself out of those places. If you can't take it, that's it, you're done. You need to develop the ability to push yourself through pain. If you can't deal with it and you give up, it's over. Your strength lies in being able to go through it, no matter how difficult or challenging that might be. No matter what happens, you have to have the ability to stay focused and keep on moving forward. Because just when you think that everything is going so great, that's usually when something happens. Out of the blue, out of nowhere. And those are the times where most people will quit and give up. But it's usually also beyond that point that your next great success lies. And you gotta know that, and you gotta go through it, and you gotta know that beyond that point, that's where you're gonna get rewarded. Don't give in to the easy temptation of giving up. Don't let yourself fall. Don't let yourself slip. You're better than that. 6 months ago, I did not have my own business. 8 months ago, I was mopping floors for a living. A year ago, I was heavily overweight. But it takes courage to change, because you have to let go of the old you. And not many people are willing to do that. Not many people are willing to sacrifice their comfort right now for success in the future. People work hard at the wrong things. People work hard in front of their desk, in their office, and they don't work hard on themselves. If you want to build something that's worthwhile, you have to work on you. Don't go around seeking validation from others. You need to do what you need to do, whether people like it or not. Forget about what they think. This is about you. Your life is about you. Your life isn't about everybody else. Your life is about you. And you have to help yourself before you can help the world. Now, most people don't believe that such drastic changes can be made over such a short period of time, but the fact is it's possible. But if you want to make it happen, you have to stop looking for the nearest exit. You have to stop looking for the magic pill. You have to get to work on it. Don't waste your life pleasing others. If you want to make a change, you have to do it yourself. If you were looking for validation, here it is. Take your validation. You're approved. Go out there and make it happen. But the fact is, you don't need anybody to tell you that you're doing the right thing, because you know it. And it's not about a thought or a rationalization of why it's okay to do it. You know it in your gut. You can feel it. And if that's it, then you have to go for it. The odds are most likely not in your favor, but if you start working on it now, you can make the chance of winning much higher. Where most people see an end to the road, you have to see an opportunity to go further and build more. If you can only change your mind, you can change your life. If you can only change the way you look at things, the things that you are looking at will change for you. Stop seeing the obstacles as something that ends your road to success. It's something to make you step up even further and give even more. But here's the first thing. If you cannot trust your own word, there's absolutely nobody else that can either. If you want to change the world, it starts with you. You hear these things all the time, right? I just haven't caught my break yet. It's not my time. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to come along. We call that excuse making. Big secret unveiled. It won't get you anywhere. We call that making reasons and not progress. Because see, if you commit to something fully, no more excuses. It's not an option. It's just not an option. Understand this about the human mind, if not anything else. It takes a while to rewire itself. When you're putting in those new good habits, when you're trying to quit your old bullshit and move your life forward, it's gonna be challenging. There's gonna be lag time, it's gonna be delayed. The results are not instant, and that's why most people give up. But the fact is that it will happen if you can just stick with it long enough. Yes, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes blood, sweat, and tears. What else were you expecting? What do you think this is? Obstacles filter out the losers. Obstacles push away those people that don't deserve to have what they want to have. If you want something bad enough, you gotta keep your eyes on it continuously. You cannot break, you cannot look away, you cannot fear failure, think about what happens if I don't make it. What do you want? Safety or adventure? Massive success or mediocre misery? Choose and choose wisely. This is really important. If you could learn just one thing today, take this back with you. The world as you see it, as you perceive it, is a complete reflection of who you are within. When I say the world is your mirror, make it what you want, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because if you don't like what you see, it might have something heavily to do with that you're not living up to your own standards yet. It's common to blame others, it's common to blame circumstances, it's common to push blame aside, but common does not make it right. What makes it right is doing what it takes. If you know what it takes, if you know what you want, then you have to make that happen. That's your responsibility. You know what you need to do, you know where you need to go, you know where to make it and how to make it happen, so do it. See how far that takes you. Try that on for size. One of the biggest and most major keys to life is simply getting things done. The power of just being able to do what you need to do is immense. It's something that most human beings simply aren't capable of. Because most of us procrastinate, most of us push the most important things away and to the side. Most of us kill our very own dreams simply through not getting it done. Simply through not moving on it. And I guess one of the very best things that you could tell yourself is, just do it. Literally, it is probably one of the most important things that you need to tell yourself. Because if you can get yourself to do the things that you are supposed to do, the progress that you will make is amazing. It's astounding how far you can actually reach, how far you're able to reach once you start doing those things that really matter. And with that comes some great sacrifice. Because you're gonna have to give up on some things if you wanna have the things that you wanna have. If you wanna reach your ultimate dreams and goals in life, it's very important that you give up the things that do not help you get there. In order to be able to do what you need to do, you have to get rid of the distractions. You have to get rid of the things that are holding you back from making it happen. And sometimes that can be one of the most painful processes. Because it might be your comfort zone. You might be attached to certain people, to certain things. Maybe to certain habits. But the only way to progress to the next level is to get rid of all of that and let go of it fully and entirely. Anything less will not hold up when it comes to your passion, when it comes to your vision. You have to sacrifice for it, and especially the things that do not help you move towards that. And again, it comes down to just doing it, because if you wait on that, if you say, oh, I'll just do this for one more day, or I'll give this up soon enough, well then you're gonna continue to move on the road that you're on. You're not gonna get any closer to your goals. But if you can move and take action instantly, not make up excuses, you will make huge progress. And you will create absolutely amazing results in your own life as well as everybody around you. But it requires you on that level of dedication, and that's the only real way. But see, the thing is, you might already know all of this. But have you actually applied it? Did you actually just do it? Did you carry through with it? Or did you wait another day? Or did you make another excuse? Or did you sell yourself the idea that you can carry on just this way, it's fine? A new level requires a new you. And if you're gonna be a new you have to let go of the old you. That goes for all the bad habits, that goes for all the little things that you think you might be able to carry on. Those things have to disappear. If you're committed, if you're truly dedicated, you'll do what it takes. Because if you're truly dedicated, if you are truly committed, then you will do it. You will make it happen, and you will make that change. You will make that shift right now. You will not wait another day. You will not procrastinate another moment. You will not sell yourself another lie, and you will do it. You will simply just do it. Ever since I was a child, I started failing. And by the way, so did you. We all crawled, tried to get up, fell back down. We all tried to speak but couldn't quite utter the words properly. We all tried to stand up and fell. We all went through it. However, there's a tendency for us as adults to give up way too easily. There's a tendency for us not to try like a child would over and over again until it works. We might give it a shot, maybe 2. Hell, maybe some of us will give it 4 or 5 tries. But eventually, it seems like we all give up if we don't get what we want. Yet, how many chances would you give your child to walk? How many opportunities would you give a kid to speak before you write it off as someone who can't speak? The trick has always been, and always will be, to try over and over again until it works. And some of us might have forgotten that, because in all the overcomplications, and in all the advancing, we tend to lose ourselves just a little bit. So what might be great and very useful is coming back to that place of simplicity. Being able to see it for what it is. Knowing in the back of your mind that the only way to really succeed is to keep trying over and over again until you win. Because you have to win, and you have to keep trying until you win. And there should be no option to give up before that. Because what happens is that we fail, we give up, and then we don't try again. Just because it didn't work the first time. So how would your life be different if every time you went into something you won before you ever quit or backed out of it? Where could you have gone? What could you have done? What kind of difference could you have made if you won at everything you did before you stopped doing it? Now that's a winner's approach to life. Don't quit until you win at it. Don't quit until you've made it. And don't give in until you've succeeded. One option and no way out. That's the way to go. Just like a child learning to walk, there's no such thing as failing. We simply call it trying again. We simply call it repeating it until you win. And for some it might take some time, and it's necessary that you're okay with that. But the real and very simple key is just that you keep trying, no matter what. It's an old message that's been said by everyone. Don't give in, don't quit. But if you could really take that in, it could prove more valuable than you ever imagined. And when you approach a situation where you think, I might just quit, it's too heavy, it's too hard, I can't do it. You remind yourself of that simple fact of the child trying to walk, and not giving in until you walk. It might just help you get through some tough times. It might just help you win and succeed at what you want. And it might help you get over that obstacle that's blocking you. And that's exactly what I want you to do. To never let anything stop you. To become unstoppable. To never give in, no matter what.